lot going on at UCP, and I'm looking forward to learning more and to providing some information to our viewers. So thank you for joining us.
Glad to be here. Thank you guys. Awareness is our big crusade right now. We want everybody to know what we're up to. Everybody knows who we are, but not everybody knows what we do, and we're going to change that.
Let's do it. Yeah. Let's dive in. I know in my research I've learned a lot, and I know there's even more, and of course I have a lot of questions because there are a lot of different facets there at UCP, services that you provide. And so let's dive in. Let's talk a little bit about the history. So I know, of course, it's part of a national, but then here locally, how many years has UCP been here in East Central Alabama?
Since 1957.
Okay, wow.
So 65 years? 5-ish, yeah. Pardon my morning math, but yeah, since 1957, and humble beginnings. One small room in a pediatrician's office.
Wow.
Dr. Judge, back in the day, some folks may remember him, but he gave Margaret Coley, who was the first employee of UCP of East Central Alabama, she's kind of our founding mother, if you will, gave her some space, and she started working with kids in the area who had CP or other developmental delays. There was kind of a push from parents who needed services without having to go all the way to Birmingham. So that small partnership in that office kind of got the whole ball rolling. And she was our first executive director and stayed there for years, but over her tenure was able to raise the money to build our first center, which was over by top of the river. Everybody knows where the Catfish place is. And we wore that building out and were able to buy a building out on Fort McClellan, which is where we're headquartered now. Okay. We bought it from JSU. They had used it for a child development center. And that was in 2015, so almost 10 years since we've been in our current building. It's behind Cane Creek Golf Course. Everybody knows where the golf course is there, and we're up on the hill behind that. Just a great piece of property, a great building, and so that's where we're at now. And even though we're headquartered there, we still serve 7 counties, and that's yeah, right. It's important because people can say, oh, well, you're on McClellan. Well, no, we've got our tentacles out in 7 surrounding counties, so we're doing programs and services out there, meeting people where they are. We know a lot of people in the rural areas don't have always have access to transportation, so our therapists and providers load up and go where the need is.
Yeah.
So
wow, so 7 counties.
7 counties.
Wow, that's a lot of coverage.
It's a lot of mileage.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, tell us a little bit about you. So you're the executive director, and tell us about how your journey ended you here.
Yeah, I've been here since early May, and when I was in Anniston before, I lived and worked here and ran the YMCA's, and I knew about who UCP was, but again, not necessarily what they did. Been to a couple meetings out there at the campus, but just didn't know a whole lot about it. So when I decided to move back to Anniston, this job opportunity presented itself, and I went and talked to the board, some of which I knew, and it just wound up being a really good fit for the board and a really good fit for me. So yeah, I hit the ground running, and it's a blast. We're doing some really cool work, and it fills my cup. You know, I've been in human service work my whole career, but this is a different level, and I'm really enjoying it.
That's wonderful. So you really have had a busy year.
Oh yeah, it's been busy. It's been
wow.
busy.
So it's right behind the Cane Creek Golf Course, and so that happened in 2015. How did that impact the services that you're able to provide there, having that facility?
It doubled our square footage and gave us a really strong home base. And we one of our big programs, which we'll get into in a little bit, is our daycare. So we're really able to add a lot of daycare spots with the acquisition of that new building. Yeah. And buildings are evolutions, right? It was built by the military in the 40s, and it's been rehabbed a couple times. And right now, we've got the kitchen torn down to the literal floor.
Oh, wow.
And coming back in to redo the kitchen. The health department didn't love it. It didn't flow well. Yeah. So we've had some investments that were smart on our part, that we've been able to sock away some money to redo the kitchen. So it's going to be beautiful. The staff have input, the architects have input, so everybody's got a cohesive plan about how it should flow. And I love to cook, so
you do.
When it's done, I'm doing the biggest pancake breakfast for the staff ever. Cheese grits, sausage, all that good stuff. So
that's
to
awesome.
Celebrate the reopening of the kitchen.
There you go. Do you have a time frame on that? Do you know? I know remodels, you never really know.
I don't. They don't, I don't, we don't. But
that's exciting.
It is exciting. All the demo work is done, so we look for them to start, reconstruction soon. I'd love to say it'd be done by the end of the year, but we'll see how it goes.
What services can that provide? I mean, that can open up, of course, when you get to feed your residents and the people that are there and your staff.
Sure. We're one of the few daycares in town that actually feeds lunch. So we do breakfast, lunch, snack every day. The parents are having to bring their lunch right now, but we're still able to cook for the adults. We have 12 adults in a day hab program. So we'll be able to open it back up to where the lunch is once again provided and have better options. We were limited with what we could do, so now the sky's the limit in terms of what we can prepare for our kids. And it's all under USDA guidelines. We're making sure they're getting the components they need every day to have a healthy lunch. So,
wow. Well, congratulations on that.
Yeah, it's exciting.
That's exciting. So as I was reading, I noticed that UCP's mission focuses on promoting independence and inclusion. So can you share how your organization works to promote that mission? Sure.
Everybody's equal in our eyes. From the daycare to the adult programs, it's all inclusive. Our daycare has got about 60 kids in it, and about a third of them have some kind of challenge, some kind of disability, some kind of diagnosis. But they're in classroom with peers their age who may be typical, but they learn and they grow together, and it's beautiful. We're just so proud of it. Kids learn at an early age that there are folks out there that need a little extra help, or folks that are going to be nonverbal, or folks that are going to be in a chair, and it's good for those children to work with the typical kids in their learning and growing process, and it just melts your heart. You walk down that hallway and see those kids. They don't know the biases until we teach them, and they're having a good time and loving on each other, and it's amazing.
I love that. I want to come visit.
Come visit. Yeah, I'd love to show you around.
So no one actually resides there. I think I said something about residents earlier, but there was a daycare program.
Yeah, there's a daycare program, and then in the inclusion vein, we also have an adult day hab program.
Okay.
So adults from as young as 22 to as old as almost 60 who come every day. As a place, for their family to take them so they can go about their day and do the things they need to do. So right now we have 12 adults, a new adult coming this week, in all levels again of, we've got some folks with CP, some folks that are nonverbal, some folks that are overly verbal, right? Yeah. And they're just, I go in there at least 3 times a day and talk to those guys and visit with those guys. 3:30. You better have Beverly Hillbillies on the TV for Sully.
Oh, really?
He doesn't say much, but he says, "I want the Billies on the box at 3:30." So we watch the Beverly Hillbillies every day. John's got CP, and he's in a chair, but he can get you on that Wii bowling.
Okay.
If he behaves all week, his dad buys him a Coke, and I beat him in Wii bowling.
Uh-oh.
But he's getting harder to beat. He rolled 2 strikes in a row and almost 3 on me a couple weeks ago.
Oh, you
but
gotta
all the adults just get so excited and riled up and cheering for John, and it's a real blessing.
That's fun. When you talk about the environment and being there, you just light up. You can just feel a change in your energy. You love it.
It's awesome. Yeah.
And you would have to.
I'm fortunate to be able to serve in that capacity. It's cool.
It's amazing. Again, I have to come out and visit, and maybe I'll
play some guitar or something.
Yeah, there you go. I'm in.
All right.
Let's do it. Let's plan it.
Music 101.
That would be fun.
All right.
We get some instruments out there. So I'm really glad to be learning more about this because you have a lot of things going on there. And again, like that, these aren't things that all of the community are aware of the services you provide. So you have the Children's Choice Daycare, right? Now that's a program that's unique also in its exclusive approach. What benefits have you seen from having the typically developing children and children with a disability learning and growing together?
It's heartwarming to see typical kids helping others with their lesson. We've got a great curriculum that we purchase and implement. So it's not just, you're not just dropping your kid off for a snack and a playground time. There's a curriculum that they're doing every day, just like school. So as early as the toddler room, we want to start getting them used to what a school day looks like, so they can then go to the 2-year-old classroom, 3, 4, and ultimately kindergarten. So that's how we run the center, and they work through that curriculum. And there's plenty of fun. We've got more playgrounds than square footage. There's a playground for every age group, so they get a lot of that, a lot of outdoor time, and a lot of time together. So it's really cool to see.
Yeah, it goes back to when you said they don't know the biases until
they don't.
So to see that and to see them helping and learning and growing together, That's an incredible model, an incredible concept.
Yeah, I mean, the differences used to be, along the skin color lines. Now it's much broader than that. They're all in there having a good time together. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's our world, and it's awesome.
Yeah, having that exclusion and diversity, and because we're all different. We're humans. We all have differences, and to be able to learn how to work together on those, and to see that beauty in the differences.
And the earlier that you learn it,
yes,
the less bias you'll have moving forward is our hope.
Yeah. That's wonderful. It would be great to see. How many kids do you have in the daycare program?
About 60.
60.
Yeah. And we've got a little bit of room for growth there. We're licensed for 100, so we're, it's that fine line between having enough kids to justify hiring another teacher, kind of thing. Because staffing is a big piece of our expense puzzle. So, but we've got some room to grow in our daycare, and we're looking forward to filling that thing up.
Yeah, and you have to be very mindful in staffing.
Oh yeah.
Right. I mean, you have people that you trust and people that you know and that are dedicated to the same mission. That's important.
We're kind of shifting our culture in the way that we hire and manage to highlight that and say, hey, this is different, and you've got an opportunity here. You're not going to get rich, but your heart's going to be full.
Yeah.
And you'll make a living. So. Yeah.
And to me, that's what it's all about, a full heart.
We've got some good people that have been around 3-4 plus years. So, now I want to start to sit down with them and find out what is filling their cup.
Yeah.
What made you stay here this long, and how can we keep you here, and how can we shift that to the new staff that we're trying to bring up?
Yeah.
What
are the things? Because they've had the experience there, and they, I'm sure, have plenty of thoughts about the things that are working and the things that could be improved on or added.
So the thing is, can I get them to be honest with me about what those things are? Because they don't come back every day to hope they get thrown up on, right?
It's a tough job.
It's a tough job.
Yeah,
it's a tough job.
I could imagine.
But I visit with them and fellowship with them every day, twice a day. I go down the hall and talk to all the teachers, all the kids, check in, see what's going on, just to keep my eye on things, and trust them all. But it's fun to visit.
Sure.
I'm a big kid. I can't sit still for more than about an hour.
You're just wanting to go play.
Well, I just need a walk. I need a walk. So
that's good. Well, I appreciate all that do that job, because it's needed, and it's very much so, and it's very appreciated.
Could not do it without them. I mean, they're an amazing group of folks.
Our world couldn't turn around if it weren't for those who have dedicated their lives to education and to early childhood development and to working with our kids and being there. I mean, that's huge.
It is.
And that's a huge thing for parents to know that they can trust the place that they drop their kids off.
Oh yeah.
Right. That's
their pride and joy. That's their most prized possession, and they're entrusting them with us. 9 hours a day in some cases.
It's a huge responsibility.
It is.
Well, there's even more things that we have to get to. We're going to take a quick break right now, but stay tuned. We'll be right back. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24.
Some say college isn't for single parents or people who work full-time. I'm here to prove them wrong. I'm a first-generation American, the father of Dion, and a non-traditional student at Gadsden State Community College. As a sergeant in the Army National Guard, I've watched soldiers with degrees progress faster in their careers. So today, I'm in school, involved in the Veterans Upward Bound program, and excited to see what's in store for my career. I truly am earning my wings at Gadsden State.
Come out and check out the Alabama Tractor Difference. We can take care of all your needs of parts, sales, and service for RTVs, zero turns, and tractors and construction equipment. See us here in Lincoln at 620 Speedway Industrial Drive. Or come visit us here in Asheville at 275 6th Avenue, or give us a call at 205-594-7000.
At Southern States Bank, we pride ourselves on being your bank. We're your neighbors and involved in the community. We're the bank featuring the Southern Rewards checking account, a cashback account with no ATM fees. We are on the cutting edge and always have a smiling face to help you out. So come to Southern States Bank, where we are committed to great service and being a great neighbor. Let us be the bank for you and your business.
Hughes Paint and Body Works Towing and Recovery in Oxford is the area's leading auto body shop, serving Anniston, Oxford, Talladega, and surrounding areas since 1996. They specialize in auto body repair and refinishing, paint correction, paintless dent repair, towing, and so much more. For all of your auto body needs, contact Hughes Paint and Body Works Towing and Recovery at 256-835-1170. Also online at HughesPaintandBody.com.
I'm Alan Parnell, the Parnell Insurance Agency. We've been here in Oxford and Alabama, Tallapoosa, Georgia since 1990. With Auto Owners Insurance, we're able to give customers competitive pricing along with excellent coverages. Parnell Insurance can handle all of your personal, commercial, and life insurance needs. We have a very experienced staff, both personal and commercial. All together, we've got about 125 years experience. Come see what our insurance agency can do for you in Oxford, Alabama, and Tallapoosa, Georgia.
Auto Owners Insurance.
At Bentley Prosthetic and Medical Supply, we care about you. We offer custom prosthetics, orthotics, diabetic shoes, and durable medical supplies. We're located here in Alexandria, Alabama, where it's a country feel but professional care. Come see us today.
Rise and shine and welcome back. We are visiting with UCP's Executive Director, Shane Ruffin. So Shane, thank you so much for being here this morning. And again, there's so much to learn. I have many notes, and I know we've got a lot of time, but really not a lot of time because there's so many things to talk about. So let's kick into early intervention. I know you have programs, and early intervention, as I was reading, is so crucial in a child's development. Could you talk about the impact of the early intervention program has on families and on children that you serve?
Sure. It's just what the name implies, but it's individualized early intervention. Once a child has a diagnosis, we can go in and start working with them to help them meet their needs and to figure out what we can do to strengthen them. OT, PT, speech, all these things are in the early intervention spectrum. I've got a story about a boy named Zaire. When he was still in the womb, he was diagnosed with Down syndrome, and that's common. That's one of the ones they check for. So his parents are going, "Oh, what do we do?" And they were referred to us once he got the diagnosis. Referred to us. So at about a month old, he started getting services from us.
Wow. So that is early.
Early. The earlier you catch it, the more likelihood and the more success you're going to have to make that kid as productive as possible and to make them to reach their fullest potential. So about a month old, he couldn't really hold his head up very well, and now you fast forward after 3 years of early intervention, run, jump, play. It's just teaching those motor skills and things that he didn't have, when he was born. And he also had communication challenges, unable to express what he needed. You can imagine, the frustration that this little guy has not being able to communicate. So now, again, after speech and all the different therapies we've been able to provide him, he has 2 or 3 word sentences. He can tell you what he needs. He knows his caregivers' names. So really come a long way, in that 3-year period. And it takes a long time. Once a child is 3, they age out of early intervention. And there's sort of a gap between that and the school system. The school system takes over the rest of that work once they get to age 3, but we also help bridge that gap with our outpatient therapy clinics. Okay. So if the school system's not ready or doesn't have their staff alignment or whatever the case is, if we can continue working with that child, which we did in the case of Zaire, it just helps their progress so much more. You can't have any kind of lag in services. You've got to really just keep going. It's so important. It's so important consistently. So he'll age out soon, and we'll be a lifelong resource. We'll be there for his family. Anything they need, we'll direct them to the service if we don't provide it. So that's just one of the hundreds of kids. We're licensed for 116 kids across our 7-county service area. So at any given time, we've got that many kids on our caseload. And the service coordinators spend their time with the kids and the families making individualized plans. Hey, we need to see Courtney get to this milestone. How do we get there? And then we deploy therapists who, again, will go to the home, or they can come to the center if they're local and work through those things to get them the support they need to be able to reach those milestones. And that plan is a living document. It's subject to change. If we see a lot of forward progress, we'll change it. If it's still having some challenges, we can back up and sort of re-strategize and refocus, but we're there, and those service coordinators reevaluate those kids often and check in with the parents and remind them of their appointments and really shepherd them through what's a difficult process, and if you have a couple other kids, you're trying to get to soccer, a PT appointment, a speech appointment, back to dance. It's a lot, so we're there to help them through that process.
Well, that's amazing to have resources. If you have resources and if you have that community that is there to help you, I mean, there's no limits to what can happen.
It's a resource-rich community, and it's kind of like I said at the top of the show, people know who we are, but don't know what we do, and that's true of a lot of services in the community. I think everybody could do a little better job saying, hey, here's what we do.
Yeah.
We're proud of it. Call us if you need anything. So it becomes more of an awareness thing for me. Yeah,
that's what we really try to do here on the show. 5 days a week we try to create that awareness, because like you said, there are so many resources out there, and it's just finding that resource and connecting with it, knowing like where to go, who to call. And so I'm really glad that you're here this morning to share that with our viewers.
When you focus on the people, then the collaborations are natural, and you just it just makes sense to work together to find them what they need. We can't do it all. We know that. We specialize in certain things, and if we can't, then we're going to help you find the service you need. Yeah,
so you have a lot of resources that you pull from.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. Yeah.
And a lot of that community involvement and engagement. And how do most of the people that you have now, how do they learn about you?
A lot of them come from doctor's recommendation.
Okay.
We have the doctors in town know that we're a provider for a lot of services. So once they have a diagnosis, they'll say, hey, call UCP and see if they can work with you and help you through that. So a lot of it comes from the doctor's offices.
Yeah.
And then there's some word of mouth that's out there too.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the service, the early intervention service. Now you also have outpatient therapy clinic. So we talked a little bit about that, but let's dive in a little further.
Yeah, again, that's the way the state funds it. Early intervention's 0 to 3.
Okay.
After that, they don't do it for free anymore. So our outpatient clinic steps in, and we can bill Medicaid, private insurance, private pay, so we can continue services. We'll find a way to figure out how to continue to pay for services until they get into the school system. So that's where that outpatient clinic comes into play. It's kind of a bridge between us and the school system.
Okay.
Because that's a critical time. We talked about keeping that momentum going, and we're committed to that. So we'll figure out a way to pay for it, and then the school system steps in and we work with them.
And they step in around age 3 or around age 5? So is that gap from 3 to 5?
It varies.
Okay.
It varies depending on school system and resources and how equipped they are and that kind of thing. But we work as closely with them as we can to make sure the transition is smooth. And if not, then we make it happen.
Then you have the outpatient.
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
Yeah, because consistency has to be key in these kind of programs. I mean, to stay with it and to stay,
Consistency in anything.
Sure.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, me trying to be consistent about not drinking a Diet Coke every morning.
Yeah.
It's a challenge.
How's that going?
Terrible.
Oh, no.
Yeah. That's what's in this cup.
No, it's that good coffee, right? 3 Crow coffee. Okay, so you have the outpatient. So early intervention, and that's from 0 to 3. So is that just from 0 to 3? Or,
it is.
Okay, so that is. And then from that, you have your outpatient that could bridge the gap before the school system is able to or has the resources available.
Right.
And then after that, then the school system, but then you stay very involved and very connected.
We do.
Okay.
Generally, once they get to the school system, the parents are pretty aware of the services that are out there. By then, they've learned to say, hey, there's got to be something else. By then, they're asking, so and expecting, which is great. But another nonprofits love acronyms. So we've got one, CEP, C-C-E-P, Child Care Education with a Purpose. And what that is we have a staff person, Morgan, who's amazing, been with us for about 5 or 6 years now, and she spends her time across our 7-county region training other daycares how to work with kids with different abilities. And it's free to them. It's funded through the state. So it's completely free. They get 10 hours a year of training, and she goes to their centers, trains them, and it makes me reflect back on my years at the YMCA. We'd get some kids that we weren't quite sure how to work with and didn't know about a resource like that. Yeah. Right, so that's where that program comes in. So she'll work with them, she'll train them. She's always got the phone if they have a question, and then there are some funds left over from that grant program where she's able to then bless some of those centers with some extra tools and toys and sensory things they may not have could have been able to afford. Listen, child care is an expensive proposition. So anything we can do to help those other centers. So we're strengthening those other centers who, may have a few kids that are. Need a little extra help or have some kind of diagnosis that they don't know how to work well with. Yeah. We like to be able to influence them and give them, again, resources and show them how they can do a better job with their students.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, it's really cool.
How do daycare, so I'm sure there's probably some viewers out there that are like, say what? You have what? How do they get in touch? How do they get to these resources?
Give us a call. Give Morgan a call at the center. She's got a big group that she works with, but there's always more centers opening up that we don't know about. So she's got her nose to the grindstone to make sure that no new ones are popping up that we don't know about, because the more we can work on that, the better we're all going to be together. So so give us a call and we'll come train you.
Yeah, that's wonderful. It all just works together to benefit community and to all of the residents of the community and everybody in those 7 surroundings.
Yeah, it starts with the kid, but it helps the family.
Yeah.
And then they're going to tell somebody, and so it's it's all about the kids and the work that we do.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And anything to alleviate that stress of the family, because it can be very stressful just to get to that point. Like, well, I don't know where to start, and to have somebody who's there that has those resources like UCP to be like, here, we're going to help you get started, and then we're going to continue following along with your journey so we can be here for you, to have an advocate, to know somebody's on your side.
Right. If there is such thing as a typical kid, they're challenging, right?
Yes, all kids are for sure. So yeah. And then you add just like all the stresses of of life in general, and then so to know you have a friend, you have somebody there on your side to help you through that.
Yeah, and while we're talking about sort of that, we also have a respite program. These families, these caretakers, these parents, that's their job 24/7. They rarely get a break. Maybe a family member watches a kid for them on occasion. We've got another program that's grant funded, and we pay up to age 19. We pay families directly for respite care. They can choose their provider. You could watch your sister's kids and be paid for it through our program, to get a weekend away, to get a date night, to get some time off to yourself, to get a massage or take a deep breath, or just have some time,
just some quiet time,
just respite, what it is, anything.
Sure. I want to learn a little bit more about that. We've got to take a quick break, but when we come back, let's learn more about that respite program, because we know how important it is to give care to the caregivers. So we'll be right back. You are watching Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24.
Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
Hello, I'm Taylor Sloan with the City of Oxford, with a word about one of our city's most precious resources, water. Clean water enriches our lives in so many ways, but we cannot afford to take it for granted. Remember, every time you pour something unnatural down the drain or in the environment, and every time you litter, our beautiful lakes and creeks suffer. Our city is beautiful. Let's all join together to keep it that way. Stop pollution where it starts, and help protect our waters for life.
What can you buy for $10? A hat? A milkshake? 166 channels plus live sports? That's right. For only $10, you can get 166 channels of classic TV shows and movies, including the latest news update from all around the world and local sports. Just simply go to 24ctn.com and click download. And then for only $10, you can have access to the best TV available.
Looking for unbeatable deals? Look no further than Shop 24, your go-to spot for incredible discounts and savings. From local dining and entertainment to grocery stores and everything you need, we've got deals you won't find anywhere else. But hurry, these hot deals are limited and going fast. Grab your phone and call now. Don't let these savings slip away. Join me, Kip Chappell, with Shop 24 every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Tune in to save big with Shop 24.
Some say college isn't for single parents or people who work full-time. I'm here to prove them wrong. I'm a first-generation American, the father of Dion, and a non-traditional student at Gadsden State Community College. As a sergeant in the Army National Guard, I've watched soldiers with degrees progress faster in their careers. So today, I'm in school, involved in the Veterans Upward Bound program, and excited to see what's in store for my career. I truly am earning my wings at Gadsden State.
May not believe it, but it's true. The 2024 Team 1 Chevys are here. All 23-24 Silverado light duties have 2.9% financing for 72 months. The hottest new 24 Team 1 Chevy Blazer, 1.9% financing and no payments till April. And the #1 selling family vehicle, the Equinox, 24 models. You got it. 1.9% financing and no payments till April. Team 1 Chevrolet, home of the best people, the best service, period.
Rise and shine, everyone. It is 8 o'clock on your Tuesday morning, September the 17th. And so we are visiting with UCP this morning. Shane Ruffin, who is the executive director there at UCP East Central Alabama, is here with us. And when we went to break, we were talking about respite care. So we learn on Friday mornings, we have Alabama Cares, which is also another great community resource about giving care to caregivers. And it's so important. I mean, caregivers, you know, that's a hard job, and oftentimes caregivers are working other jobs and have, of course, other things going on in their life. So to be able to provide that service there with respite care, let's talk a little bit more about that and how people can get involved.
Yeah, it really is a great program, and it's state funded, and as you said, the caregivers are just they're oftentimes the only line of defense.
Yeah.
So all day, 24/7, they're working with their kids, and it can be a challenge. So we've got monies that we pass through from a state grant that we provide or reimburse families for respite care, and they get to choose their own provider. So it could be a neighbor, a friend, someone they trust, because let's face it, you don't want to leave your kid with just anybody.
Sure.
So they get to choose who that caregiver is and when they want to have them come in and give them a break. And that, I mean, something as simple as Christmas shopping, or again, going to get a massage. Whatever your decompression method is, you can pay someone who's trusted with these funds, these grant funds, to be able to get a little bit of a break.
Yeah, it's so important.
I
mean, just like when you're looking at an analogy of swimming and saving someone from drowning, you have to put on your own life jacket first.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to make sure. I mean, it's okay to take downtime. Sometimes caregivers feel a little guilty about that almost, but you can't. You have to make sure that you're okay in order for you to give care. And to have a service that can help, alleviate that stress for you is huge.
To be able to step back from it and kind of regroup and
just have some quiet time.
Yeah.
Just take a bath.
It's a huge responsibility.
Yeah.
So it's
yeah, that's great.
We're so glad to be able to do it.
Yeah, I'm so glad that that's a service that's offered too. So we've talked about early intervention. We've talked about the respite care. I want to make sure to talk about the adult programs. The adult programs that you offer have individualized plans and social outlets for adults with disabilities. So how do these programs help the adults stay engaged? And tell us a little bit more about the programs offered.
They may be my favorites in the building. It's a really cool program. They come every day during the week. Well, they come as many days as they want to during the week.
Okay.
And again, from age 21 up to probably age 60, our adults, our individuals age. We have a whole life skills center that's about the size of this studio, where it's made up like a house. There's a bedroom, there's a laundry room, there's a kitchen, there's the pantry, there's all the things, ironing boards, all the things that you need to learn to be better at in life and to become as self-sufficient as possible. We have that skill center. So they spend time in there, working through just different household tasks, again, with so many varying levels of ability. It's a good program to have them in. One of my favorite things is the learning industry. We have a Coke machine.
Okay.
And that's where the Diet Cokes come from in the mornings. But they're tasked with keeping it full, counting the money, going and reordering the drinks, and then they're also responsible for their own menu. We cook lunch for them every day. So they sit down at the beginning of the week and say, so right now they're on a kick if they want breakfast for lunch.
Okay.
And staff can have lunch for a very nominal fee. So I'm going to go in there and have breakfast for lunch one day next week, because it's just fun to hang out. So they spend some time, in some music therapy. They go to back to their tables and work on their individualized plans. And much like early intervention, we revisit those plans on occasion to make sure that we're hitting the milestones and benchmarks that we and them and the parents agree on. So it's a really special program, and you got to come see it. It's cool.
Yeah, I want to hang out. I want to have breakfast for lunch.
Yeah.
That's not brunch, though.
No, that's lunch.
It's not blupper.
Yeah.
Breakfast for supper.
Play some bowling, eat breakfast, have a Coke. It's I
would love to take you up on visiting. Yeah, I think that would be great. Now, you said the parents, but not all. If you're ranging from 21 to 60, I mean.
Right. Now exactly. So now you've got some folks who are now being cared for by siblings.
Mm-hmm.
We have one fellow who's in a group home. We pick him up and bring him back every day. His siblings are out of state, but they come in once a month, and he will tell you when they're coming.
Oh, yeah.
He knows when they're coming to visit for the weekend. So yeah, it's all across the board.
Yeah, and that's so important to me that they're in the group home, so to be able to get out and to go socialize with friends and learn new things.
Yeah.
And
we take them up on Chiha sometimes. We need to get back in the routine of outings. Yeah. The good news is it's grown to a point where we don't have enough transportation for everybody.
Oh, wow.
So to take the whole group, we would need a second vehicle. So that's the kind of where we're at now. So we'll take some on some days and some on another, and go on some outings and who doesn't love to go to Walmart and mess around and buy stuff and.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
or things.
Yeah, or things. Target.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. But the hiking or getting out and about on all of this beautiful scenery that we have.
There's a great accessible trail up on Chiha that we can get to pretty easily. So that, yeah.
But you do have those everyday things of going to the grocery store and being able to get out and about. So that is important.
So we want to help them be as independent as possible wherever they are, and then work towards improvement every day. Yeah.
Wow, that's an incredible service.
It's cool, and a lot of our individuals have been in high school and in school together, so they know each other. We have a couple that pick every day. They've been picking on each other since they were 5. It's never going to stop. So
best friends.
Yeah.
Like it or
Most
not,
days,
you're you're hanging out together. It's
right.
Well, that's awesome. Do any of them work towards like a job, like outside of
currently
the program?
the clients that we have now wouldn't be working towards a job.
Okay.
In the future, we may. And there are. It's interesting you mentioned that, because we have affiliates, particularly think about Mobile and Birmingham here in the state of Alabama, who do have workforce programs.
Yeah.
So that's something that we may dip our toe into in the future, because there's a lot of folks with different abilities that can still do jobs.
Absolutely.
And
let's work towards that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a beautiful thing. There's some places like in Gadsden that I know of, the Beautiful Rainbow. I mean, that's a program in particular that works
Rainbow
with,
Omega here in town.
No, it's called Beautiful Rainbow. It's a restaurant. And it is run by people. I love how you say abilities, different abilities. And it's incredible. You got to check it out. you're gonna love it.
There's a whole other cottage industry right out of our kitchen.
I know.
Start cooking
There
it
you go. I mean, it's amazing. You've got to go check it out.
Okay.
See, that's what it's all about. Like all these things you don't know until you know, right? And being able to
until you sit
talk
down
with
and have
people.
a cup of coffee with something. You just
That's it.
Yeah, and that's the best. That's one of my favorite parts of my job is just getting out and talking to people and telling them what we do. Because if nothing else, they're going to go, "Wow, I didn't realize that."
I know.
And
Just
eventually,
like me.
eventually they're going to tell somebody, and that seed will sprout.
Yeah, exactly. That's why when you came in to visit with me, you got to come on the show and tell our viewers about this because I wasn't aware, and I'm so glad. Now, also know with all of the programs that you have, and you do have, some state funding and some funding that comes in, but it takes a lot of money to make this happen, and it takes a lot of fundraising efforts, and it does take community support to get involved. So we're going to talk on that, and know you have a guest with you today, and so I'm really excited to talk with her as well, and to learn more about how you make all of this happen monetarily speaking. How does this get funded? So let's go to a quick break, and we will be right back. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24.
Come out and check out the Alabama Tractor Difference. We can take care of all your needs of parts, sales, and service for RTVs, zero-turns, and tractors and construction equipment. See us here in Lincoln at 620 Speedway Industrial Drive. Or come visit us here in Asheville at 275 6th Avenue, or give us a call at 205-594-7000.
At Southern States Bank, we pride ourselves on being your bank. We're your neighbors and involved in the community. We're the bank featuring the Southern Rewards checking account, a cashback account with no ATM fees. We are on the cutting edge and always have a smiling face to help you out. So come to Southern States Bank, where we are committed to great service and being a great neighbor. Let us be the bank for you and your business.
Hughes Paint and Body Works Towing and Recovery in Oxford is the area's leading auto body shop serving Anniston, Oxford, Talladega, and surrounding areas since 1996. They specialize in auto body repair and refinishing, paint correction, paintless dent repair, towing, and so much more. For all of your auto body needs, contact Hughes Paint and Body Works Towing and Recovery at 256-835-1170. Also online at HughesPaintandBody.com.
I'm Alan Parnell with Parnell Insurance Agency. We've been here in Oxford and Alabama, Tallapoosa, Georgia since 1990. With Auto Owners Insurance, we're able to give customers competitive pricing along with excellent coverages. Parnell Insurance can handle all of your personal, commercial, and life insurance needs. We have a very experienced staff, both personal and commercial. All together, we've got about 125 years experience. Come see what our insurance agency can do for you in Oxford, Alabama, and Tallapoosa, Georgia.
Auto Owners Insurance.
At Bentley Prosthetic and Medical Supply, we care about you. We offer custom prosthetics, orthotics, diabetic shoes, and durable medical supplies. We're located here in Alexandria, Alabama, where it's a country feel but professional care. Come see us today.
Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
Rise and shine, and welcome back. Joining us now is Ashley Stedham-Mitchell. She is a UCP board member and the fundraising chair.
Yes, the fun.
The fun. Put the fun in fundraising. I'm sure you do. You're a fun person to be around. And I know fundraising has to be key to this success. I mean, all of these programs, it takes funding. It takes money. Can you tell us about some of those events that you've had, like the ERA King fundraiser and the ongoing poinsettia sale, and how the community can get involved?
Absolutely. So a part of ERA King Real Estate, we are heavily involved in the community and everything. So we host our annual charity charity golf tournament. And UCP, as a board member at UCP, has been a benefit towards that golf tournament. So we were able to donate $10,000 alone just from you, the community, coming together for UCP right there, as you can see, and exactly $10,000 right here, and where 100% of everything that we raise for UCP stays right here in our community. So that was a great day for everybody coming together. 2 different tea times. We were sold out, but we had a great day coming together for UCP that day right there at the Anniston Country Club. It was definitely a community effort, and not just people from Calhoun County, but our other surrounding counties that came out and to support UCP.
That's wonderful. It's amazing to be able to bring out that big check.
Absolutely, and to be able to present that to UCP Center and everything. It was a great day for sure.
Wow, well that's fun. Do you have some ongoing, I know you do have some fundraising efforts happening now.
Always. So right now, I know that y'all were mentioning the adults earlier. So right now we are doing a poinsettia sale.
Okay.
So you can place your poinsettia sales right now. There you go. You get 2 different sizes you can choose from. You can get your 6-inch or your 8-inch. It's only $10 or $15, and you can choose from 3 different colors: red, white, or pink. All the money raised from this fundraiser goes right here for the adult day hab. The poinsettias will be ordered. They're actually going to be delivered the week of Thanksgiving. So perfect time for the holiday season, for gifts.
It's such a nice gift to take.
Yes, and it's a gift that keeps on growing for the next 2 months.
There you go.
So there you go. I'm actually going to be giving some to my clients as well, that I'm going to be ordering some. And I know that a lot of the local businesses are getting on board and ordering them for their lobby offices and everything, and also giving back again to help UCP Day Hab right here.
What a beautiful way to do so.
Absolutely.
Those beautiful poinsettias. It is so nice because you don't want to show up empty-handed to a holiday party.
Exactly.
And you don't always have time to prepare a dish, so bringing a poinsettia, that's always a go-to of mine to bring. So
Absolutely.
It's lovely. Well, it's wonderful. How did you get involved with UCP?
I have been with UCP. Well, my grandfather was a huge supporter, Gene Stedham. He is from this area. I'm a native from this area. So I was always raised with getting the little plaques, the names whenever you sponsor a child. I was born and raised with that, just kind of being a part of the family in our business. So I was a part of Leadership Calhoun County, and we actually toured the center. I've been a part of the board for about 12 years, I would think.
Oh, goodness.
So it's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
And we toured the center, and Rita Shaw was a board member and an ERA King team member as well, and kind of fell in love with everything that they were doing. And then with with Miss Linda Johns and everybody, and got on board. And ever since then, I've been a big advocate for the center and everything that they've done, and super excited to have Shane on board this year. We definitely were so excited from the board to meet with him and go through that interview process. But to have him come on board and to join the team has been a huge blessing for us and for the center for sure.
It's important to have that good executive director that believes in the mission.
Absolutely.
And, who carries it out. So congratulations on that for everyone. And so I'm looking forward to visiting the center. I haven't yet gotten to visit, so I look forward to going out.
Definitely come on out. We look forward. We welcome tours to come out. I know that our kitchen right now is in remodel. That's another reason why fundraising is so important for projects like that. You heard about the adults. We've grown our day hab and everything, but now we need that transportation as well. So we are looking for fundraising to get that second transportation to make those adult outings happen, things like that to get us more out in the community. So fundraising is a huge deal. Whether it to be where you can sponsor a child for only $50 a month, it can come out of your checking account, automatic deposit. Of course, that's tax deductible, where everything stays directly right here in our community at the CP Center. So, just like our poinsettia sale, you can go online, go to our website, scan the QR codes, share our information online. We are on social media, working on getting on YouTube and all that good stuff that we are out there, but promoting that, sharing the word and just creating awareness helps us tremendously. But we can't do it without all of our volunteers that have helped us. Volunteers are tremendous for us. We were just out at the Sonny King Classic, Charity Classic this past weekend. It was a packed tournament. Rain did not keep anybody from coming out, that is for sure. Everybody came out and golfed for a great time and for our community, and we were a benefit of that as well, the CP Center. So we need your money, we need the fundraising to help us run and to benefit everything that we have grown since the early days. So yeah.
That's what it takes. It takes that community working together for the greater good and to build that up. And you talked about volunteers, so
yes.
I'm sure businesses could get involved in some ways, or if your business has a way to have like an outing, to go visit, or if you're a restaurant or you want to invite
yes.
like a day visit. Or
yes, please come out. I am your girl. Give me a shout. I'm all over social media, website, all that kind of stuff. You can find me. But yes, we would love to have you come out. Shane will give you a personal tour, letting everybody introducing you, meeting everybody. But yeah, no, it's a great center. Come out, see what all we've got going on. Check out the daycare. Check out, the adult day hab. Check out our programs. Meet our staff. We've got some great staff members that have been with our team, the CP team, for quite some time. But yeah, come on out, see what all we've got to do. But yeah, go to our website, ecaucp.org. Check us out. But share the word. Most importantly, let people know that we are in 7 different counties, surrounding counties, not just here in Calhoun County, which is our backyard, but we're in multiple backyards as well. And so yeah, we are here, and so many different things that we've got going on. And we need your help.
Yes. That's what it takes. It takes that help. So I know you've come into a very supportive board, and that is very important, being an executive director and working with the board. Do you have any other exciting things that are on the horizon for fundraising?
Yeah, we just finished our store canvassing and roadblock weekend. Weekend before last. So that's a huge volunteer effort. Over 300 volunteers are all over the place. The Walmarts, the WM Grocers, Foodland, raising money at the store entrances for UCP, and those efforts over those 3 days was just over $27,000. Huge undertaking.
That's awesome.
And there's no overhead. Those volunteers are sacrificing and giving up themselves to go out and do that. So we just went through that. You mentioned the board. We've got a great board, great group of folks, and we're growing our board strategically. We don't just need to fill seats. We need a deeper relationship with JSU, which we're working on. That's a pipeline of staff for the future, right? But our board's great. We've got a great mix of new members and old members, and the van is a constant challenge. The air conditioning went out in the van, and one of the adults likened it to an air fryer. I was like, we got to get the air fixed. Called Greg Turner. He said, I got the best AC guy in town, take it down there. $400 later, we're rolling, the AC's blowing cold. So it's those connections that our board members have that are really, and they're stepping up in this kitchen remodel as well. So we've got a lot of good people on the board. And then there are also some of our VIP fundraisers. We do an annual letter campaign to let everybody know that, hey, it's fundraising season. And then we go out and do the roadblocks, and we're out there, we're a presence, and we're in front of you. Now it's time for our board and our VIP supporters that have been with us for a long time to do their peer-to-peer calls. There's no stronger fundraising than the peer-to-peer ask. And we've got a lot of that going on, a lot of great donors over the years. In the past, we've always had a telethon, and that has been a big deal, and it has served the center very well for a very long time. COVID, not that it's an excuse, but COVID, like a lot of other things, put a big damper on it, and didn't do one in 2021 or 22. Came back last year in 23 and put something together, and it just wasn't as fruitful as we'd hoped or as it had been in the past. So we have elected to discontinue the live televised part of it. The fees, not you guys, but the production fees were exorbitant, and it just wasn't.
It takes a lot to put on something like that. It takes a lot of equipment. It takes a lot of people.
It does, and we were the last affiliate in the state to keep it alive. So now we're going to shift some of those resources, not all, into an awareness campaign that is email-based, that is social media-based, that is YouTube-based, things like this. You know, that is my biggest crusade, is I want people to know what we're doing.
Yes. Right.
Whether they want to get involved or not, you're going to know what we're doing. So we're going to take those funds and redirect them into things that we can get into more households and get into more inboxes with. So that's kind of the strategy there moving forward. And like us on Facebook. That goes such a long way.
And follow.
Like and follow. If you see something cool, share. We're working on it. It needs some work, but we're getting some cool posts up. We had a good post a couple weeks ago. One of the staff accidentally put some macaroni in the microwave for 4 minutes with no water. Smoke alarm goes off. Everybody in the center's got to evacuate. It's our first fire drill that we didn't even mean to have. So I said, this is an opportunity. So I took a bunch of pictures and we blurred out the kids that can't be photographed, and I said, we all survived the Great Macaroni Fire of 2024. It was great. It was so well done, though. Even though it was actually all the babies. You put all the babies in one crib and roll it out. I mean,
you managed the crisis.
People were flying out. Yeah. So stuff like that. So and then
Great Macaroni Fire.
Great Macaroni Fire. And we're always looking for great staff. We're always looking for daycare teachers. Right now we need a service coordinator to help us with our EI program. Those are on our website, so check those out. We want to be an employer of choice over time, and the daycare of choice. So we're working on it.
Yeah. Well, it takes resources. Now, also, if someone is watching this morning and thinks, I want to make a donation, is that where they find that on the website?
Oh, yeah. There's a big donate button right there on the
very top.
Anything helps. Anything helps. Even if you have $5 today to donate, you have, 100 people who donate $5.
Order a plant. You can scan the QR code. We've got that on our website as well. For the poinsettias. And also, we talk about coming out to the center. If you're a local business and want to sponsor an activity for, the daycare or for the adult day hab, let us know. We would love to have you out, give you a tour. But they would love to have something out there, fall festival time, things of that nature. We would love to have any sponsors, any partnerships, collaborative teamwork goes a long way, especially right here in our backyard in our community, for sure.
Oh, that would be fun to sponsor an activity.
Absolutely. Well, you can come out there and meet the adults and meet everybody out there. It's one big family. As a board member, we come out there, we actually eat at the center. We pay our own money and everything. And we go and we have lunch and have our board meeting. It's a working board meeting. It's not
Tell me about those mashed potatoes.
Okay, the mashed potatoes are very, very good. I do wish we'd bring back the coleslaw, because it was my favorite. The slaw was good, man.
Who took away the coleslaw?
No.
She had retired and just quit making it. But the mashed potatoes are excellent and the food is good, and we all go and eat and have a good time in working board sessions. So,
are you going to have breakfast for lunch?
I probably will come on down and enjoy. And I know we've actually got filming going on right now. Jamie Moore, one of our board members, is going down filming some of our families and all the promotion of services and everything we've got going on. So make those donations, please, for sure.
Part of the redirection of funds from telethon expenses are going to making a series of videos.
How fun.
One for each program and then one cumulative for the center. And we have a board member who does it pro bono, so the price is right, and he does great work.
There you go.
Look for those.
Yeah, please. We would love to share those videos.
Yeah, they'll be on social media as well, so you can share it there.
Well, keep us posted, and I can't believe it, but that's almost our time for the day. So thank you both so much for all that you do for the community, because that's so important. It really is, taking that your time to volunteer your energy and your talents and put it forward towards something that is such a beautiful program. So thank you both, and welcome, Shane.
Thank you for having us.
I guess it's been some time now, so so best wishes, and I look forward to joining. I'd love to join you for some breakfast for lunch. I'm all in, and also to see the program firsthand. So with that, make sure to visit that website, Facebook, give them a like, give them a share, and if you have it today to donate, please do. But also make sure to get those poinsettia sales.
Yeah, there you go.
Buy a poinsettia.
That time.
Or 2 or 3. They're beautiful.
Right. November 1st is the deadline to get those orders in.
So limited time there. All right, well, with that, thanks again for joining us, and thank you for tuning in to Rise and Shine every weekday morning right here on WEAC TV 24. We'll see you back here tomorrow.